and welcome to Buzz TV. I'm your host, Adrienne Houghton, and we have got an exciting show for you today. There's everything from restaurants and charities and galleries and something for everyone, really family favorites. So watch this space and find out more on Buzz TV.
Welcome back to another episode of On a Mission. I'm your host, Dr. Wendy Norfleet with Norfleet Integrated Solutions, and it is my pleasure to welcome Wanda Willis with the Cumber Museum as a guest today.
Great. Thank you for having me, Wendy.
Wanda, I haven't seen you since we left one of our dinners, probably since we left FSCJ.
I know. We have to catch up again.
Yes, we do.
Soon.
But I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad the Cumber is very fortunate to have you. So tell us a little bit about what's going on at the Cumber Museum.
Well, we have a lot going on at the Cumber Museum. We are very fortunate to have our garden. So, of course, in this time of COVID and trying to stay safe, we offer so many different opportunities safely for people to come and enjoy the gardens. We have most recently our newest exhibition, Rebecca Louise Law, The Journey.
I saw that. I'm on your mailing list. So I'm
Wonderful.
really...
So then you know how
yes,
stunning
it is. It's beautiful.
It really is beautiful. So we are highlighting that exhibition right now, in addition to the many other activities we have on Free Thursdays and Fridays. And we're so grateful to our sponsors for Free Fridays, PNC Bank. And we have live music on the weekends and lots of activities for families, for children, great date night, girlfriend night, whatever you want to do. We've got something for everyone at the Cumber.
Okay. And so, as you know, I have two 7-year-old and a 13-year-old. I brought them a couple of months ago. 13-year-old loved it. She's all into art, and so she appreciates it. When we visit other cities, we try to go to art museums.
Sure.
My 7-year-old, not so much. She's a little active, and but I heard you have something for them even.
We do. We have our Art Connections that is recently opened and has been renovated with lots of activities for children. We have story time in there many times on the weekend. So there's something for your 7-year-old also.
Okay, great. I'm glad it's open because I was like, I want to go back, but I said, okay, she's going to have something to do.
Oh, there's lots to do for her. She'll enjoy that. And she'll also enjoy the Friday nights on the lawn in the garden. Children are out there playing games and with the music and food and just lots of opportunity to enjoy the beautiful art of the gardens.
Okay. Don't be surprised if you see us out there this Friday.
I will look forward to it. I will.
So what kind of music? Is music like a different variety? And is it Friday and Saturday and Sunday or just Friday?
The music is Friday evenings. Okay. And from 4 to 9, which is Free Fridays. Okay. And we really just try to highlight local musicians and artists at the Cumber Museum. So we highlight them. Sometimes it's folk music, it's jazz, and all kinds of genres of music.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your restaurant.
Well, Cumber Cafe, which of course Chef's Garden does all of the food for our Cumber Cafe.
Oh, I like Chef's
Which has really been quite the hit, I will say. During these last few months, we have the wonderful Cumber patio where people come and have lunch. So it really is an opportunity to spend the entire day at the Cumber. You can come there and have lunch, enjoy the exhibition, spend some time in the gardens, and of course our retail shop as well.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm familiar with the retail shop.
So shopping is great.
You know, kids, they're like, okay, they don't even need anything. They just want to go to the store and buy something.
Shopping is great. Yeah, it really is.
So the food is available through the whole evening on Fridays?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have dinner there. It's a limited menu, but it's a really great menu. So there's food available to come in and have a little dinner or a little snack, listen to a little music, enjoy the exhibition.
Wine.
There's wine.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
There's wine. A girls' night out.
I know wine,
so,
right?
Yes, there is wine.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So anything new and exciting coming out? I know you got the one exhibit that you just started.
Yes.
So anything like on the horizons by the end of the year or?
Absolutely. Well, many people don't realize that we're about to be 60 years old at the Cumber Museum.
So I know you got all kind of celebrations
so we have all
planned,
kinds of celebrations planned. It will be a year-long planning party celebration, highlighting, of course, our permanent collection as well as our exhibition. So there'll be activities for everyone. We kick off the weekend of November 10th with a community-wide celebration on that weekend. And then we'll have things throughout the year to celebrate.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I can't wait. So if someone wants to learn more about the Cumber Museum and, see what's on the schedule, see what's to do, the hours, how do they contact?
Sure, absolutely. They can go to our website at cumbermuseum.org for all of the scheduling of all of the events that we're hosting.
Wanda, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. It was such a delight to get to see you again.
You too.
Thank you.
To learn more about Wanda Willis and the Cumber Museum, please go to iwannabuzz.com, and we'll see you next time on Buzz TV.
Hello, I'm John Rutherford from the United States House of Representatives, and I am a watchstander.
Hi, I'm Michelle McManaman from Operation Uniform, and I am a watchstander, and so is everyone in my organization.
I'm Damika Jackson. I'm the president of the Jacksonville Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and I am a watchstander.
Hi, I'm Luke Lewis with Xera Realty.
I am Ant Stroud with the Ant Stroud Group.
I'm Bruce Thompson. I'm the Vice President of the Veterans Chamber of Commerce.
And I am a watchstander.
I am a watchstander. I'm a watchstander.
Each year, over 6,000 U.S. military veterans take their own lives, including one per week in Northeast Florida. The Fire Watch is our community's fight to end veteran suicide. Join us. Become a watchstander today at thefirewatch.org. Together, we will end veteran suicide.
Welcome back to Making a Difference. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Monica Hernandez from the First Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we have some cool stuff to talk about today.
Yes.
You and I have known each other for a long time and both have served in the First Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
That is correct.
Today you are here to talk about a really neat event that you're doing in the end of September, a gala for something called Achieving the Dream.
Yes, that is correct.
Tell us about what this is.
So the Achieving the Dream was initiated in 1995 as a way to help Hispanic students in Northeast Florida. And this year we're celebrating our 26th year anniversary. Since it initiated, we've awarded over $500,000, actually $500,000 in scholarships. And this year we get to celebrate them, their accomplishments, their achievements, how they got it. So it's really, really neat initiative.
So I know a little bit about the scholarship thing. Back, 15 years ago, we kind of rebooted that, right? It was a thing, and then it was kind of not a thing, and then it was a thing again. But what was rebooted and what you guys have created is a totally different thing.
Yes.
We're just excited to put enough money together to send 10 kids to school.
Yes.
And now you have a gala.
Yes.
So tell me about this. I got to be there.
Yes, you will.
It's Thursday, September 30th.
Yes.
At the River Club downtown, 6 o'clock.
Yes, that is correct.
And you're going to have a few hundred people there.
It's very fun. This year the theme is we're going to celebrate heritage, culture, cuisine, so everything that has to do with the Hispanic community. So, if you definitely want to know and learn about who we are as a community, this event will teach you that. Not only will you meet our sponsors, but you'll also be able to meet, some of the Hispanic community leaders within Northeast Florida that always attend this gala.
And so, and we'll send 10 kids to school.
Yes.
We'll have some fun in person, which is great.
I know.
If people want to find out about your great sponsors, which of course they can come by the show, and we'd love to highlight what they're doing for the community.
Yes.
Or if they want to find out what they can do to participate, how do they connect with the First Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and then specifically, how do they buy tickets or sponsor?
Yes. So if they visit at fchec.com, they'll be able to. You can get the sponsorships or tickets. I would say if you're interested, please do it fast. This is our biggest event of the year, and it gets sold out very quick. So this year, the presenting sponsor is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we're very honored and grateful for their support. Throughout the whole month, we're going to have a variety of events. So definitely continue to follow us on social media. On our website is fchec.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
You say that so fast. So FCHCC. First Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Got it. So, guys, if you want to go to this gala, please go to www.fchcc.com. Buy tickets. Do it quick because this does sell out, and I'm just so happy that you were able to join.
Yes.
It's so neat to see something that we worked on so long ago to do something right for kids to go to school that may not have that opportunity. And now this thing has grown to such a neat, I mean, it's amazing. I can't wait to go.
Yeah,
I was going to go last year, but, small thing called COVID.
No, but, this scholarship will make a difference in that student's life, right? It may make a difference whether they go to school or not. So super excited to be able to continue this legacy that started such a long time ago and be able to continue to create an impact to the students' lives.
That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing this story. Guys, thanks for joining us on Making a Difference. If you like us, share us, and remember, live with gratitude.
Hello, I'm John Rutherford from the United States House of Representatives, and I am a watchstander.
Hi, I'm Michelle McManaman from Operation Uniform, and I am a watchstander, and so is everyone in my organization.
I'm Damika Jackson. I'm the president of the Jacksonville Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and I am a watchstander.
Hi, I'm Luke Lewis with Xera Realty.
I am Ant Stroud with the Ant Stroud Group.
I'm Bruce Thompson. I'm the Vice President of the Veterans Chamber of Commerce.
And I am a watchstander.
I am a watchstander. I'm a watchstander.
Each year, over 6,000 U.S. military veterans take their own lives, including one per week in Northeast Florida. The Fire Watch is our community's fight to end veteran suicide. Join us. Become a watchstander today at thefirewatch.org. Together, we will end veteran suicide.
Greetings and welcome to Caring for Seniors. I am your host, Adrienne Houghton. Each week I sit down with Dave Stieglitz, who is the president of Oasis Senior Advisors Jacksonville, and we discuss all aspects of senior living, from financial planning through to housing and everything in between. Today, we're delighted to welcome Carol Chang from Evolving Homes, and she is an occupational therapist, and we're going to find out what Evolving Homes is all about. Welcome, Carol.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about Carol and how you got involved.
Absolutely. So I am the oldest of 3 kids, and so that means that I value independence, right? And OT, occupational therapy, is about independence. So what I do is I bring independence back to people who have lost it, either from illness or from disease or whatever the case may be. And I try to find ways to bring that back. So we are creative kind of people. We love to go and figure out, how can we do this? How can we get them to get dressed again? How can we get them to do their favorite activities again?
And so Evolving Homes came about how?
Well, my background is in home health and in inpatient rehab. So I did a lot of work with spinal cord injuries and strokes and joint replacements. So I would see patients at the house. And what happens right now is that the hospitals say, wait until home health gets there. They will look at your space and then they will say, okay, this is what you need. Now,
by which time it's too late, really,
and
they're already there.
And that's exactly what happens. So as the home health clinician, I go in there, I'm greeted at the door by somebody who's going, oh my gosh, they need a shower. What am I going to do? So everybody's freaking out, and I'm saying, okay, let's figure this out. But to be totally honest, by then it is a little bit too late because these patients are so stressed out. And by the time that I go and order equipment, sometimes home health is out already. Yeah. So I just realized it was just not working out like that. And it really needed a better system to just bridge that disconnect that I was seeing between hospital and home.
So how do you get the referrals?
Well, the case managers, their job is to make that transition home better. But before Evolving Homes started, there was no other way to do it.
Right. So they had to go and wait until the person was discharged from rehab or hospital or whatever.
Exactly. That was the system that they have in place, which of course is not a great system. And so what I do is I just make sure I go out to the house weeks before discharge. As soon as they know that they're going to be going home and they need a way to function at home, then I go out and I sit with the family and I say, look, what is it that you guys need? How do you guys live your life? What are your preferences? What are non-negotiables? It could be that rug, that's not going anywhere, right? Because a standard response is, all right, pulling up all the rugs and we're throwing up grab bars on the wall, right? And those blanket kind of responses, they don't add up, because what's the first thing that's going to happen? It's going to cause arguments and, okay, the rug's going back down, like now what, right? So I'm that third party extra person to say, okay guys, let's try to find a compromise. So maybe we don't want this, let's try this. Maybe those ugly grab bars are not going on your wall, but guess what? Because we have a few weeks early, I can order something beautiful for you. And we can find exactly the color that you want and something to match the walls, and so that you feel like it's your house and not a hospital.
I must admit, some of those awful sort of cream lumpy things that are just, I know they're functional, but they're not attractive. They really are not. And so it's a shame that somebody thinks that that's all there is. It's nice to know that there's something else out there.
Yeah, and that is my passion. That is the reason why I wanted to start a business that could show people what is it out there, because it's not what you see at Home Depot. It's not what you see at Lowe's, okay? That's 10% of all this gorgeous stuff that's out there, but people just don't know any better. And when they're waiting until the last minute, they also don't have time. They don't have time to order those kinds of things.
What are some of the most common things that you modify in the homes? What's out there that you see repeatedly?
Well, definitely beautiful grab bars that double as storage space, things that double as something to help you get into a space. I do a lot of, I really believe in the idea that you don't put grab bars up after somebody falls. You want to try to think about this preventatively. Why are we waiting until somebody has an accident to react?
Right.
So what I do is, my favorite solution really is to put in these horizontal grab bars that maybe go from bedroom to bathroom, or from the front door to the car. And I call them Reassurance Rails. Because what they are, they're peace of mind. So somebody might just run their hands lightly on it, just like kids do on an escalator, right? They just can't stop touching it, right? But when they do that, they know that if they were ever to trip and fall, guess what? They've got it right there, and it makes them feel better.
Yes.
And it looks decorative.
And it looks decorative, yes. Yeah. And so I try really hard to make everything blend into the environment. You wouldn't even know it. Most of the time when I do those, they look like wainscoting. It's just right at that level, and it just blends right in. And that makes everybody feel happy. And most importantly, that increases your home value. So right now, if you look at universal design, and the demand is huge, right, for accessible spaces, because the shocking statistic is that only, I think it's 1% of all houses in the US are actually accessible, and only 5% are even functional for an older adult. So those statistics are not very good, right? And that's probably why people consider, well, geez, I don't know how much it's going to cost to change my house. I have no idea what it's going to take. That sounds like too much work. Okay, let's start taking tours of my other options, like assisted livings or whatever. But I just want to tell people that they have other options, right? We can look at the whole spectrum and say, okay, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this, right?
Yeah.
So I think that increasing home value is a major thing, because at some point we all are going to die or change our situation, right? So we end up needing to be able to sell, or our kids need to sell the house. And you know what's really hard to sell a house is when you have silver institutional grab bars up and, ugly plastic chairs everywhere, and a new homeowner, of course, a younger homeowner walks in and goes, ooh, somebody older lived here and I don't like that, right?
Yes.
But none of the places that I do are like that. I have, shelves built into the corner that are functional. I have, colorful, fun grab bars. You can buy these gorgeous ones that come out of Italy that are these metallic lime greens and copper colored and whatever. There is everything out there that you just don't know about.
How are you finding availability of these materials? A lot of stuff has become very hard to get.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, these Italian grab bars probably have their own airliner ticket now, ship liner ticket. Because when I call them up, they're like, yeah, I know you love that color, but it's going to take 4 months on the boat to get over here. And I'm going, oh, this is planning ahead. But I have other solutions to that. Sometimes I'll order like what I can get, and we'll just swap them out. Just so every solution depends on what's going on. Is that really important to you? Or maybe look at this other option. Let's see which one of these maybe would work better. Maybe that's better for your budget, right? If this one's super expensive, but you're really focused on it, all right, totally worth it, right? But if something is you're not super attached to it. Okay, let's save a little money here. Let's put it where it really matters. So that's that customization. You really want to think about what is it that you need? How do you live differently? Your choices are going to be different than Dave's, I guarantee you.
Yes. So what is your ideal timeline to get into a home and speak to somebody, and how long do you spend with them?
So I generally my first step is always just to have a phone call. I want to find out what they're doing. What is the problem? What are you worried about? Where is the overwhelmed caregiver coming from? And so once I know that, then I can prepare for that first visit, which is doing a home safety assessment to figure out where those risks are. So where is the risk of falling? And is that something that we can switch? Right. I want to know what do we have to change to make this space safe?
And do you work with contractors?
I do. So I have a list of contractors that I've trained on how to use specific grab bar installation, grab bar attachments, because grab bar attachments are just so not common. I mean, I'll tell you the problem right now. The problem is that we all know that studs are 16 inches apart, right? Except in a bathroom, right? So 16 inches is exterior walls, and where are bathrooms? Almost always inside, right? Because that's where you run for a hurricane. Yes. So you know that you're going to be going into a space that may or may not follow inside of a 16-inch rule. And the weird thing is, and I have not figured out the reasoning behind this or how somebody figured it out beforehand, why are grab bars built at 12, 18, and 24? So if somebody could figure that out for me, that'd be great.
Yeah, really.
And what happens is a lot of contractors will just kind of say, okay, well, I need to hit studs, so I'm going to install it this way. But
is that why there are a lot of them?
A lot of
I thought that was necessary.
People think that, but really, new studies. If you follow new research and studies about biomechanics, angled grab bars are not what is going to work for your wrist. And if you think about joint protection, that is not healthy for those joints. And the last thing that you need are stiff joints in there, right? So the answer to your question is yes. When I go in there, I do the home safety assessment. If I figure out what is it that needs to get done, what do I recommend? And I write everything down into a report, and I say, look, here's all the information. You can coordinate all the contractor's trades yourself, or I'll take care of it for you from A to Z. And it just depends on what kind of client it is. If they, some of them have son-in-laws who are really handy, and I'm like, great, let's, I will help them do that. But
or daughter-in-laws.
Or daughter-in-laws, yes. I have a lot of female contractors, actually. I love it, right? Why does it have to be, one thing? But those attachments are tricky. They are tricky. They have to be installed a certain way. And, I've had more than one installer go like, wait, how do I do this? Where is this? What do I need to do? And so generally that is why when I take care of it, I project manage the whole thing. I'm on site when they are installing, because I know that if I'm not on site, guess who's getting all the phone calls about, wait, is this backwards? What is it? And really, in all seriousness, it's extremely important. Installation is way more important than what the actual grab bar is. Because people's first question is, how much does this grab bar hold? What's the weight limit on it? And I say to them, look, you guys are asking the wrong question. Because I don't know, have you ever seen a grab bar break in half? I haven't. What happens is when a person falls and breaks their hip because of a grab bar failure, it's because it comes out of the wall. It's because somebody didn't put it in correctly, or they used generally these little tiny toggle ones that are about this big, I mean, I use like big giant plastic ones. If it's an amputee, somebody I know who's going to be bearing a ton of weight on there, I'm getting out my big guns. I'm getting out these giant ones that are steel, they're metal, they're probably $60 each. But you know what? When it comes to fall prevention, think about
Worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. A fall, when you break your hip, is $40,000 for the government to rehab. And I mean $40,000, $60. You know, the math doesn't equate in there. But the problem is that our medical system doesn't look at things proactively. We don't know for sure that us putting in the extra money to buy a shower chair and get clients what they need will definitely save money in the end. I mean, they know that from studies. Yeah. But I'm saying, you know, from those...
Preventative rather than cure.
Right, right. I mean, yes.
So what do you think, other than what you've mentioned today, makes your company unique, do you think?
Well,
Is it you?
No, I mean,
I think Carol's unique.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and I think that it really comes down to clinical reasoning. It's because I'm looking at this from a clinician's point of view and from an experience point of view. I know what the disease is going to do. So I'm a Parkinson's specialist. My father-in-law was diagnosed with Parkinson's a few years ago, and I have experience to know where is he on that timeline. Mm-hmm. What are we going to expect for later? Do I think that we need to prepare this space for a wheelchair, or do I think that we're going to be fine to leave it alone? So it's knowing what the disease process is. So as a clinician, that's what I bring to the table. It's working in home health for more than a decade, knowing what the struggles are with the caregivers and the families. Where are they struggling in this? What's the problem in here? And then, of course, it's knowing where to put those grab bars. Because fall prevention it's not enough to just throw grab bars on the wall willy-nilly, really. I mean, it seems like a good option, right? Because it seems like, okay, well, they have something to hold on to. But if you put it on the wall in a place that it's directing your behavior. So if I put it here, what's my first thing? I'm a visual learner, so I look at it and I say, there's a grab bar, I should go here. But what if that's not the right way to get into the bathtub? And now I've just taught them to go over and over and over to do it that way, right?
Interesting.
So there are so many things that go into the decision making behind that grab bar installation that you have to consider, and how they use that space, right?
Yeah. So if people want to find out more about what you do or use your services, how do they find you?
So I'm at www.evolvinghomes.com. You can send me an email, you can call me, just call and ask me and find out, is there something I can do to help? Because no matter what, my passion is trying to help loved ones be able to keep their families at home.
In their own
keep
homes.
families at, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in.
Love your energy, love your passion.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks.
And don't forget, if you'd like to know any more information, you can go to www.evolvinghomes.com or iwantabuzz.com. Wow, that was fantastic. What a great show, and what interesting businesses. Don't forget, if you need any more information, you can go to iwantabuzz.com. Bye for now.